Hey guys, it's M, and as you can see in the title and in the background, we got a new raoh unit. Now normally I don't make a video when a single new unit comes out unless they're groundbreaking, which is why the only two units I can think of that I gave videos to were LPK, the second worst meta in the game's history, and the Twins, which were the second UR support units, and we didn't understand supports were going to be a running theme yet. But this raoh, while not groundbreaking in the sense that he defies the meta, is definitely a unit worthy of having his own video. Now honestly, I said I wouldn't make this unless I pulled him.
How far do they went?
And I still didn't because my luck is absolute dog shit, but I think all this still needs to be said. You see, the thing is, this raoh hasn't shifted the meta. Multi-hitting powerful AoEs are still the peak of Dojo right now. The problem is, he's literally the perfect unit for this meta. He's the pinnacle of what all the others are trying to be. ASK is a good looper, but raoh will ult you 7 times by himself without needing any specific units around him. While he can't flat out damage Divine Kazumi in one hit, in most cases, he can attack so many times it doesn't even really matter. And this isn't even accounting for the fact he has some mechanic that cuts on later in battles where his ST will randomly do a shit ton of damage and hit every unit on your team. Kaio's passive health buff? raoh has that too, but better. And the worst part is if you're fighting a team with raoh and his buff just happens to run out, if they also have Kaio's will take over and they'll just get both benefits. Tankiness? I've had this man outlive his entire team and survive 10 turns against the weaker remnants of my team. He legitimately has so much health without just turning straight invincible, I couldn't believe he has revives. And no, I didn't stutter, he has revives, plural. And I do believe hidden somewhere in these 8 paragraphs of text he calls his passive, it mentions he can turn invincible somewhere, as I've seen him get hit multiple times with no health left and his grit stacks wouldn't go down. And as I said in the last video, every new unit can give you chi down. So they gave him an AoE chi down too. He's so good he unironically feels like a raid boss you can just casually put on your team if you happen to pull him. And the problem is, he still has an entire team around him. He's damn good by himself. So with a team full of units that to a slightly lesser extent do the same kind of things he can do, he feels like pretty much a necessity if you want to go higher in Dojo. If he's put with ASK or Divine Kaz, it's pretty much over for most units, and if not, most of their grid stacks are going down the drain. Since they both get the ability to loop off of other units doing their ST, if raoh starts going, you might as well sit back and relax while you get TOD'd on turn 1. And they're just the quick 2 examples I could think of on the fly. As like I said last time, pretty much every new unit in the last few months can loop you in some sort of way. This was the key chance for us to get out of this situation with all these insane AoE loopers. For such a big event as the 3.5 anniversary, if they wanted to go in a different direction, this was the opportunity for that. Since they opted into not doing that, I'm going to make the assumption that this kind of meta and these kind of units will most likely keep coming out until the 4th anniversary, which is something to say the least. If you missed out on him and you have dog shit luck like me and missed out on Kazumi and Juza too, saying Dojo is going to be rough for you is an understatement. It's at a point where before you may be able to squeak out a victory against the other two, but I don't see it being very realistic with the big 3 right here. I know this is a bit of a shorter video, but as I said at the start, I felt like it needed to be made regardless. Anyways, what do you guys think about the current meta and this new raoh unit? As always, I'm glad to discuss with you guys in the comments, and I've been M, and I am out.